getting them in this color I'm wearing. Hi, girl.
How
And
you
this cute
doing?
little Marvelish thing from Lisden's coming up, which this removes. It's like a little, you'll see. But now, speaking of fringe, we're gonna go to fringe because Vionic swings by tonight in this Saturday edition of PM Style as we close out our fall fashion day here in August with a brand new fringe boot. They come in mediums, they come in wides. They're on easy pay because everything till midnight is. They are kind of, Liam, I think, personally, not only adorable, but they scratch the itch of a couple trends that we're following for fall.
Yeah.
They're scratching the itch of fringe.
Yep, totally.
And this whole idea of chunky stacked heels, which it cracks me up because for a couple weeks now, you and I have been working together on chunky stacked or just a heel height that is not normally synonymous with orthotics.
That's right.
Unless they're built in, which in Vionic they are. So now that whole thing about, oh, my feet hurt, I've been wearing heels all day. Bring it on, because Vionic is bringing it on. So Liam's here, medium and wides, in the black suede with the fringe and the studding. Again, that heel right there is going to be a little 2.5 incher, I do believe. Then down here, light tan, again, kind of burnished brass studding. Zippered shows you how you get into the boot. All of that disguised on the inside of the ankle area. And then a color that you guys launched new this season a couple weeks
this
ago.
time last week, yeah.
Yeah, greige.
The greige, been very, very popular across a lot of our fall winter styles there. And I love sort of the fact that you're getting that great fringe, yeah, almost a throwback to the 70s, you know, and a bit of rock and roll there as well with that stud detail as well.
All right, Bud, so you and I have been talking quite a bit. This
have.
idea that this year you fully upped the ante in the fashion department with looks that if they were on a little pedestal in a department store, no one would ever know this was a science-based orthotic story.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're picking this up because it is a really sort of, you know, high-end fashion sort of story here. I mean, this is the type of boot you'd sort of see in the store and go, I must have this. I don't care if it fits me or not. I'm going to wear these and add these to my wardrobe. But when you try these on for the first time, then you're going to feel something like you've never felt before, because what you've got built in is podiatrist design technology, which is really going to help support the foot. So this would be like no other heel or wedge that you've ever worn before, because not only are you getting this great look, but you're also getting that fantastic support. And that's the key to Vionic. We're really sort of trying to change the landscape of what comfort footwear means to people. And you look at something like this, you wouldn't think this is comfort footwear, but that's exactly what it is, because what we have built in is this podiatrist design technology. You can still see that great arch profile there that's really going to help support the foot. And if I just turn it this way, there we go, we can just see that little enhanced forefoot contour there as well. Just that little teardrop area that sits around that ball of the foot, that's really going to help support underneath that area, which is really important because that's where all the pressure comes down to. And I just want to show you that for a minute, because you can see here this orthotic technology. We completely re-engineered our orthotic technology to be able to fit into these heels or wedges. It's not like we just took our flat technology and just shoved it in there. You can see how that's really sort of beautifully hugging the contours of that heel or wedge.
I mean, first of all, an ankle boot I just think is everything, because if you're not a lover of knee-high boots, or if you don't plan to wear those until way later in the season, ankle boots are now, because of what happened this year in fashion, you can wear them year-round. You will get these home, hard to see with me holding the black in front of my black top, you will get these home, you'll start wearing them now with bare legs and crop pants and zhuzhed up leggings and cute little dresses, as you're going to see on Anne. But then because they're suede and they have that boot sensibility, then of course as we get into heavy fall with thick, chunky, like opaque tights and those legging looks, and even under like a fabulous wide leg jean, which by the way Hot in Hollywood is coming up, these I just think are awesome.
I agree. I mean, we can see just how versatile they are. And look, another really great feature with this, and it really is sort of a departure from a lot of suede sort of styles, is these are actually water resistant or weather resistant as well.
Oh, so they've been pre-treated.
Oh, absolutely. So oftentimes when you, when you're wearing anything suede, whether it be a handbag or a jacket or a pair of shoes, if you see some rain starting to come over, you run for cover because you don't want to get your suede ruined.
Yep.
But this is pre-treated, so you're able. It just means it's really durable, and most importantly, really, really wearable as well. And another call out, these are medium and wide whole and half sizes.
Which is so great.
I know, it's a great sort of great option there to have those width features. But because you'll notice there, Sean, that it does taper in a little bit towards the toe box. So the wide isn't really a sort of a true wide because it does taper in almost that almond shape around the toe. If you need a little bit more room in the toe box, this may not be the style for you because you can see there how it does taper in a little bit.
Just
but it's just hard to take your
adorable.
eyes away from the fringe, isn't it? It just looks great.
All right, we're going to Amy because here's the thing. Like, normally when Vionic started on QVC, they became famous by putting orthotics into sandals that you couldn't normally have an orthotic put into unless it was already built into it, because sandals are largely an open shoe. Then the other cool thing that as fall and winter approached, when we got addicted to your sandals and then we had to transition back to typical boots that had no orthotics in it.
That's right.
When you launched fall winter and then you started doing not flat boot silhouettes alone, but now you're doing these heeled looks, that is particularly helpful to a foot because now as you're walking on a pitch, if there's an orthotic for support built in, look what you're going to see happens with Amy. And that really corresponds to the whole rest of the body.
Exactly right. I mean, yeah, as soon as you slip your foot in this, you're going to have that instant feeling of support, that instant feeling of comfort. And it's weird to be using those words when you're describing a heel or a wedge, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is actually, we've just got a cutaway of a boot, of a heeled boot. Now I'm just going to put on Amy. I'm going to show you what happens. So this is was a really nice heel before I cut the top off it. But you can see here it's a really similar height. But what you will notice, and I'm taking my life into my hands because I know that Amy's really ticklish, is actually a gap between the bottom of Amy's foot and the top of the shoe there. So there's nothing really cradling Amy. And so her foot's just sitting on top of this style. And you can see because it's coming in at such a severe angle, there's really just no support there underneath that arch whatsoever. So
Which then all the weight of her body is on the ball of her foot.
Exactly right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove the orthotic insert from the Faros and pop a heel underneath that and pop Amy's foot on there. And there we'll see the difference here, because there you can see how that orthotic technology is just hugging the curves and contours of Amy's foot. So now she has that fantastic sense of support underneath the arch. If you want to think about it this way, the foot is now just being cradled into this footbed beautifully instead of just sitting on top of it. So now she's getting that fantastic support and that elevation as well. So she's getting that great style, fantastic support.
They're $39 on Easy Pay. They're totally a new silhouette, so they represent what's really fresh and new for fall, but also, I guarantee if you get these home now, you'll start wanting to wear them now with even bare-legged looks or with cute dresses. But with that fringe and the studding, because we've been talking about trends that are happening for fall 2016, you're seeing studding on some of the most couture level high heels. And the fringe story, you're seeing done so couture and so elegant in really high-end prestige handbags and designer handbags at that. So I love that you've combined this into a cute little casual ankle boot.
Oh, great, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it feels a little trendy, but not too far over the cliff.
Yeah.
But enough to feel really cool and relevant. And grayish, newer color, tan. All of these $39 to get home, and then the black, which has more of a pewter studding, and don't forget we have the wide, which is really great.
That's right. I think it's great that we're using these beautiful earthy tones as well, especially with that greyish and that light tan. That has been super popular. And then we're really tying that in, especially on those lighter colours with those earthy tones on the block heel as well. So, you know, there's nice sort of beechwood colours and that
I'm
sort
wearing,
of thing.
this is a one day only from Denim & Company, this little it's a knit duster. How cute is that look?
It's a great combination,
right?
isn't it? Yeah. I
agree.
agree.
I do love what's happening in footwear, where the sass factor is not just coming from the outfit, it's now coming from some of the accessories, and particularly in your feet. And yet you would never think, Liam, looking at this line, the more you kind of elevate and change the whole dialogue, that this is orthotic footwear.
Exactly right. And, you know, it's just amazing. And a lot of people I speak to, especially, you know, around work sort of as stylists and that sort of thing, really talk about, you know, the first thing that people really look at now is they look at their accessories first and build an outfit around that. So they look at the shoes first, build the outfit for the day around the shoes. And with this particular style here, you've got so many options there. And you can just see how great it looks. And it's a great transitional style. I know that it's closed in, but it is a fantastic transitional option to be wearing. It's all, you know, natural materials there with the suede upper, so you can wear it barefooted and it's going to feel beautiful and soft against the skin. And then with a thinner sock, when the weather turns a little bit, so many options there. From
so adorable. I can't. So keep in mind, you know, the whole PM Style Special Edition tonight is full of Easy Pay and tons of exciting new, and this represents one of them. Stay on the phone lines, medium or wide, and thank you, Mr. Lichem.
Thank you,
that
Sean.
was a must-have, but that is not the only must-have. This idea of stack heels, fringe.